At 3 in the morning, I found myself standing in my cluttered bedroom crying. That's when I remembered what Tanaka-san whispered to me in her tiny Tokyo apartment 20 years ago. Your bedroom, she had said, gently touching my arm, is tomorrow's garden. What you plant tonight, you harvest in the morning. I didn't understand her then. Standing there among piles of unfolded laundry work papers scattered on my nightstand and that exercise bike that had become an expensive clothing rack, I finally got it. My bedroom had become a storage unit where I happened to sleep. No wonder I woke up every morning feeling like I'd been in battle all night. But here's what shocked me about Tanaka-san's bedroom when I first saw it. This 78-year-old woman lived in a space smaller than most American walk-in closets. Yet walking into her bedroom felt like stepping into a cloud. The air itself seemed to rest there, and she slept better at her age than I did at 40. The first thing she taught me wasn't what to add to make a bedroom peaceful. It was what to remove. And the first thing she removed surprised me so much I actually gasped. Her late husband's work desk. But that's sentimental. I had protested thinking of my own grandmother's shrine-like preservation of my grandfather's things. Tanaka-san smiled, that particular smile that meant I was about to learn something. Love doesn't live in furniture, she said. It lives in rest. Would my husband want his desk to steal my sleep? This was the beginning of what she called the evening subtraction. Every item in a bedroom, she explained, is either feeding your rest or stealing from it. There's no neutral ground in the place where you're most vulnerable. Think about that for a moment. When you sleep, you're completely defenseless for 8 hours. Your subconscious is wide open. And what's surrounding you in those hours? For most of us, it's yesterday's coffee cup, tomorrow's to-do list, that pile of books we feel guilty about not reading, the television that flickers with blue light, the phone that pings with other people's urgencies. Tanaka-san had a different approach. She followed what I now call the 7 sacred items rule. In her entire bedroom, she kept only 7 things that she could see from her bed, not 77. 5 is a small lamp with warm light, a ceramic bowl for her evening tea, 1 book, only the one she was currently reading, a small plant that cleaned the air while she slept, her grandmother's quilt, a window with simple white curtains, and something I didn't understand at first, an empty corner. The empty corner, I asked, confused. That's where peace lives, she said. Every room needs a place for the eye to rest. Americans fill every corner, then wonder why their minds can't stop racing. But it wasn't just about minimalism. Tanaka-san's philosophy went deeper than simply having less stuff. It was about what she called honoring the night. And this is where she did something I'd never seen before. Every evening at exactly 9:30, she would stand in her doorway and count to 7. Just stand there looking at her bedroom, counting slowly. I watched her do this for 3 nights before I finally asked why. Her answer changed how I see bedrooms forever. But I hadn't discovered why she called her bedroom tomorrow's garden yet. That revelation came later, after she taught me about the 3rd rule, the one that most people find hardest to follow, the floor freedom philosophy. In Japan, Tanaka-san explained the floor is sacred. It's where life happens, where children play, where families gather, where meditation meets the earth. But in Western bedrooms, the floor becomes invisible under piles of things waiting for someday. Can you walk barefoot from your bed to your door in the dark without stepping on something, she asked me. I laughed nervously because we both knew the answer. The floor is your bedroom's lungs, she said. Cover it up and the room can't breathe. Neither can you. She taught me that every single thing on her bedroom floor had earned its place. Nothing was there by accident or laziness. The small meditation cushion, the soft rug beside her bed, that was it. Everything else lived at least 18 inches off the ground. But what about storage? I asked, thinking of my own bedroom's underbed boxes, shoe piles, and that chair everyone has. You know, the one where clean but not clean enough clothes go to live in limbo. Tanaka-san's eyes twinkled. You're asking the wrong question. It's not, where do I put my things? It's, why do I have things that don't deserve a proper home? That hit me like cold water. She walked me to her small closet. Inside, everything had space around it. Her clothes weren't crammed together fighting for air. Each piece hung like it was in a boutique. When your clothes can breathe, she said, running her hand along a silk scarf, you wake up feeling like you can breathe too. But here's what really got me. At the bottom of her closet was absolutely nothing. Empty, clean floor. That's where worries go to ditang, she said simply. I must have looked confused because she laughed. That gentle laugh that made her sound decades younger. Before bed, I imagined taking off my worries like dirty clothes. I picture placing them on that empty closet floor. Then I close the door. They're not gone, but they're not in bed with me either. This wasn't just organization, this was psychology wrapped in ancient wisdom. The 7-count mystery haunted me for weeks after I returned home. Why did Tanaka-san stand in her doorway every night counting slowly to 7 while gazing at her bedroom? The answer came the night before I left Tokyo. She invited me to witness her complete evening ritual, what she called planting tomorrow's garden. At 9:30, she stood in her doorway as usual, but this time she narrated her counting. 1, she whispered, looking at her small lamp, gratitude for gentle light that doesn't assault my eyes. 2, her eyes moved to the ceramic bowl, gratitude for the warmth that prepares my body for rest. 3, be the single book on her nightstand, gratitude for words that carry me to dreams, not worries. She continued through all 7 items, including that empty corner. Gratitude for space that asked nothing of me. Then she said something that made my heart stop. Most people count sheep to fall asleep. I count blessings I can see. Your mind can't hold gratitude and anxiety at the same time. It's neurologically impossible. She was right. I've since learned that neuroscientists have proven this. The brain regions that process gratitude can't simultaneously process stress. Tanaka-san had been practicing neuroscience wrapped in ancient ritual, but the 7 count served another purpose. It takes approximately 7 seconds, she explained, for your nervous system to shift from active to receptive, from day mind to night mind. This doorway moment. It's not just entering a room, it's entering a different state of being. That's when she finally explained why she called her bedroom tomorrow's garden. Every night, she said, sitting on her meditation cushion, you plant seeds. If your bedroom is chaos, you plant anxiety. If it's full of work, you plant exhaustion. If it's cluttered with everyone else's needs, you plant resentment. She paused, touching the small plant by her window. But if your bedroom holds only what serves rest, you plant peace. And peace, when it grows overnight, becomes energy in the morning. Clarity, patience, joy. These aren't things you find, they're things you grow. In the dark, while you sleep. I thought about my own bedroom back home. What had I been planting stress from the laptop on my nightstand? Guilt from the exercise equipment? Anxiety from the pile of bills on my dresser? No wonder I woke up feeling defeated before the day even began. Tanaka-san must have seen my realization because she offered one more piece of wisdom. The bedroom rebellion, she said, isn't about perfection. It's about protection. You're protecting 8 sacred hours from the other 16. Those 8 hours aren't just for sleep. They're for becoming who you'll be tomorrow. When I got home, I stood in my bedroom doorway and saw it through Tanaka-san's eyes. It wasn't a bedroom. It was a command center storage unit, entertainment hub, office annex, and gym wannabe. Everything except a sanctuary. The transformation took me 3 days. Day 1, the great subtraction. I removed everything that wasn't about rest. The television, the desk, the exercise bike, the phone charger on my nightstand. That went to the kitchen. The pile of should-read books. The chair of limbo clothes. People thought I was crazy. Where will you watch TV? My living room. Where will you charge your phone? Anywhere but where I sleep. What if you want to read one book at a time like Tanaka-san taught me? Day 2, the floor liberation. I cleared every inch of floor space except for a small rug beside my bed and a meditation cushion I bought in Tokyo. The underbed storage boxes donated or relocated. If it didn't deserve a proper home, it didn't deserve to live in my sanctuary. Day 3, the 7 sacred items selection. This was hardest. Choosing only 7 things that I could see from my bed. I kept my grandmother's reading lamp, a small jasmine plant, 1 photo, my family laughing at the beach, a ceramic water carafe, the book I'm currently reading, a soft throw blanket my daughter made in high school, and yes, an empty corner where peace could live. The first night in my transformed bedroom, I stood in the doorway at 9:30. I counted to 7, finding gratitude for each item. Then I walked barefoot across my clear floor, feeling like I was walking on air. I slept for 9 hours straight. No midnight anxiety, no 3 a.m. doom scrolling, no morning dread. I woke up feeling something I hadn't felt in years. Rested, actually rested. Not just less tired, but genuinely renewed. It's been 2 years since that night I stood crying in my cluttered bedroom. My sleep sanctuary has become my secret weapon against the chaos of modern life. Friends who visit often stand in my doorway speechless. It feels so quiet in here, they say. So calm. I just smile and think of Tanaka-san. The truth is, you don't need a big bedroom to create a sleep sanctuary. You don't need expensive furniture or perfect aesthetics. You need the courage to protect your rest like your life depends on it. Because maybe it does. Tonight, when you stand in your bedroom doorway, what do you see tomorrow's garden or today's storage unit? The choice you make in that doorway might just change how you experience every morning for the rest of your life. So, Shika, performance from I'm curious, what's the one thing in your bedroom right now that you know is stealing your sleep? That item that makes you feel tired, just looking at it, your awareness of it is the first seed of change. Maybe you know someone who's been complaining about their sleep, who's tried every pill and potion, but never thought to look at what surrounds them in those vulnerable 8 hours. Perhaps this conversation could illuminate something they've been searching for in the dark. And if these heart-to-heart talks about creating sanctuary in a chaotic world bring you comfort, you're always welcome here, where ancient wisdom meets modern exhaustion and every small change plants seeds for a better tomorrow. After all, as Tanaka-san would say, tonight's bedroom is tomorrow's beginning, and your tomorrow, it's waiting to be planted.